All right, and it is time to have our lovely interview with our Keizaron and Linkus, so go ahead and take it away.
What is up, AGDQ 2019? It's Keizaron again. I'm here with my man, DJ Pauza himself, Linkus. Welcome back to
Thank
GDQ.
you. I appreciate
It's great to
that.
have you back.
Thank
so
you.
we had you running any percent last time with this game. This time around, we're doing 100%. So can you kind of tell us, like, what is the difference in the approach of the routing, like how the run is like more expanded with 100%, just like all the juicy details between that and any percent?
Yeah, of course. So 100% is just beat the game with completing everything. So a current definition is just fill out, the menu and the quest screen and all of that stuff.
Right.
And it used to be pretty straightforward a couple of years ago, just going through it. But now the speedrun is really interesting because as the meme implies, if you watched last year, you will know about DJ Pauza. So when we implement the Pauza, we can now start you doing sequence breaking in 100%, completely changing the order and abusing the flags, and just routing it, because there's so much in the game, right? So routing that into just a 5-6 hour run was very difficult, but it's definitely a run that's just all over the place, and it makes a lot of fun because you're basically just going from dungeon to dungeon while routing in all of the side quests, and also doing sequence breaking, getting items early so you can break other dungeons. So it's a lot of fun for sure.
Like, and I definitely like 100% runs myself, because there's a lot of casual players that are like, oh, well, in a speed run, you don't get to see all the really cool stuff. You don't get to see a bunch of maps. You don't get to hear some of the best soundtracks in the game. But with a 100% run, even if it's scattered, you're still going to get all of that. So casual runners, you're definitely going to appreciate a run like this.
Yeah, for
now,
sure.
Throughout this run, there's obviously a bunch of tricks and stuff. We just brought up Pauza itself. What would you say is the hardest trick, and what would you say is the most common trick we're going to see throughout the run?
Obviously, the hardest one, I would actually say, would be the manual super swim, the Pauza one. It is just very difficult. The good thing about that when you're doing attempts is that it's the first trick of the run, so you can reset after 2-3 minutes. And a run like this, it's very difficult because you have to get it right. The most common one is definitely item sliding, which is used to super swim, to go to areas early, to clip through walls. It's used for a load of just different scenarios.
Are you feeling social media questions?
Yeah, of course.
I'm feeling social media questions. Let's take it to Twitter here. So we got Plutia Hart. I probably messed that up too. What's your favorite dungeon in the series? Oh, this is a broad one too.
Ooh,
the actual series.
This one is more difficult than his Wind Waker. I would honestly say, because of the atmosphere, actually, maybe Forest Temple and Ocarina of Time. I really like the music.
Forest Temple's really good.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
And I agree, like, it's totally atmospheric.
The atmosphere.
It kind of drags you in, like you feel like you're a part of that.
Yeah.
We also have at It's Drev. How did you feel when Door Clip was discovered? Ooh, that's a good thing to explain too.
Door Clip, yeah. So in the new any percent route, actually, even though we just ran half a year ago, it's completely different once again.
Of course.
Yeah, so now the speedrun is actually a little under an hour finally. So there's a trick where you want to go to Forsaken Fortress 2, which is the middle point of the game, basically. If you don't know the game's order, like, by heart. You can get there early by clipping through a door. And that was known to be basically task only, because it required so many precision, based information that a runner can't know, like, XYZ positioning, speed values, and stuff that you can't know in a speedrun, right? But we finally found a more consistent method for it that has about an 80% chance of likelihood of working, because you only need one variable now, which is much more consistent as a human being to actually perform. So in the beginning, it was definitely rough, but now it's actually fun to run 90% again because of the discovery of that. So I would definitely say it's a good thing for the community.
Now, you're mentioning any percent with that. Is this something we're going to see in your 100% run, or is it not a trick we're going to see?
No, sadly not. The only purpose of it is if you don't have the Master Sword or the Skullhammer, which we'll both have to get. So.
We also have from Frost Monolith. Man, I am killing it today. Is it possible to complete the game without jumping?
Without jumping? Ooh. I'm going to say no, just because the last tower would actually make that impossible, I would say. So I'm going to say no. Unless, I guess side hopping, probably. But that's kind of cheating because it's still kind of hopping. So I'm going to go with a no on that one.
Let's get a couple more questions, and we'll talk about some juicy, juicy prizes. So we got Jay Nashty. Is Toon Link your main in Smash Ultimate?
Ooh. It's rough. I actually been playing a lot of Toon Link, even though I feel like he's not the best Link, sadly. But yeah, I would say Toon Link, Fox, and actually I like heavy characters, or Ridley. Really been enjoying that character. So that would be my mains, I would say.
I've been using Marth a lot because I'm
Marth?
lame like that. I like the swords. I like the
Simon is really good. Have you tried Simon?
I have not.
Oh, really? His whip has really good range.
And we do have a Smash room here, so
yeah,
I guess I'll try that out at some point in time. So last question from Dragon Neo. What part of the run was the easiest for you to learn?
Easiest for me to learn? I would actually say just, honestly, collecting an endgame. Even though there are some super swims, it's still pretty straightforward of go to dungeon, or sorry, go from island to island. So then you kind of just have to learn what you have to do in each individual island. So then it's pretty easy to memorize that. So I would say memorizing that is probably one of the easier parts of the run for sure.
All right, now let's get to some prizes, huh? Just like the last interview I had with you last year, I make you hold stuff. Except we don't have sense. I'm kind of getting the training wheels taken off here.
Yeah, we're only two people this time.
Yeah. So right here, we actually have a bunch of Celeste Perlers. So we got a bunch of the hearts here, and we got the cassette tape. Now, I'm holding it upside down because I'm really good at this. But yeah, we got beautiful Perlers here. It's just a $5 minimum donation, and it's open until the end of the Wind Waker run. I cannot speak.
It's fine. We're two.
This is an awful time for me. We also have, right behind me, if you can see that, we have a Celeste vinyl from Ship to Shore. Now, once again, this is $15 minimum donation, and it's until the end of the Wind Waker run. We also have a scarf that my head's probably in the way of. Let me see if I can grab this here. I'm not going to take it off because I'll probably ruin everything, but it's a really soft scarf. I'm impressed with this. $10 minimum donation for that. Once again, end of Wind Waker HD. We also have this super duper heavy book that is super duper heavy. I can't get over how heavy it is. It is The Legend of the Hero. Now, this is something that's like, I'm going to read the back for you. That way I don't mess this up. It's a compendium of natural history. You get a guide to over 80 common indigenous beings and a bunch of other crap that's going to take forever to explain. This is a $5 minimum donation. Once again, Wind Waker. And one last thing before I let everyone go. This beautiful, beautiful, Dangerous to Go Alone.
Beautiful painting. Holy crap.
You
should see that IRL.
This.
That
You're the Zelda runner. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. $10 minimum donation. So let's get those donations going. But
it's hard to hold so much.
But anyway, this has been Keizaron and Linkus. We're just dropping stuff, and we're going to give it over to someone that can actually do something better than us. So take it away.
Take it away.
Thank you so much, Keys, for your interview. That was really interesting. It's okay if you have to jump a couple times. You're fine. I got a $125 donation from Edward Malice.